All right, welcome to our break room expansion project kickoff meeting. I'm so happy to have you all here today, and I'm really looking forward to working on this project with you. Our goal is to create a space that promotes health, wellness, and relaxation. So, we are going to be creating a great break room that meets the needs of all of the employees and hopefully is a really enjoyable space in which to spend some time. Some quick introductions. My name is Lindsay Bryant. I will be the project manager for this endeavor. This is Tony Miller. He's the Acme Facility General Manager, as you all know. Ben Stockwell has been acting as our Employee Feedback Committee head, so he's been working with the employees to figure out what the needs are and do the appropriate planning. And Christian Joseph has been our construction consultant, so we've been working with him to establish what our needs are, and he has completed some similar projects, so we brought him on board as our expert. Some of the project components we're looking at, obviously we're going to be expanding our existing break room. Currently it is 400 square feet. We're actually going to be tearing down a wall and utilizing some unused space right now and making it 700 square feet. We're going to be looking at sustainable materials and practices with plenty of natural light in windows and ergonomically friendly components. We want to make sure we have a lot of seating options, including chairs and tables, both big and small, and some really nice comfy couches. We're going to make sure we include an electronics charging station and also an area where we can access multimedia, tablets, various other devices. We want to include some healthy vending machines so that if you haven't packed your lunch that day, you have options that aren't just junk food. And of course, we'll be including the standard sink, refrigerator, microwaves, an oven, a stove, an ice machine, so we can actually use this as a kitchen for some of our special events. Most important, coffee and tea maker. And we'll have a couple of big screen televisions that can be used for relaxing, watching movies, and presentations. The scope right now is looking like 6 months. We've got about 6 months to complete this. We'll be starting on the first of the year. We understand that it's almost Thanksgiving break, and a lot of you will be doing things with family. So we're not going to try to push construction to start until the first of the year. Our estimated completion will be July of next year, 2020, and our budget is $125,000. Okay, we're going to take a few minutes and review the statement of work right now. All right, let's look at our RAID. Let's look at some risks, assumptions, issues, and dependencies. So let's do a couple minutes of brainstorming, and then we'll talk about some of the concerns that you may have. All right, this is the approach we'd like to take to the project. We'll start off with information gathering and prioritizing, and a lot of this has actually already been completed by Ben and his committee. We'll be working with an interior designer to customize the space and its components. And then once we get some bids, we're going to be working with our builders to source sustainable materials and appliances. We'll be setting up a temporary break room for the employees in a rental trailer, and we've got another committee working on that right now. We'll commence the demolition of the current break room and begin construction. And once that's completed, we'll make sure that all of our projects are complete, and we'll get our inspections done and signed off. We'll move our existing assets into the new break room, and we will hopefully have an opening celebration July 2020. All right, here is our teamwork approach. We'll be using a Microsoft Teams site to house all documentation and for all communication needs and planning calendars. You'll be getting sent, after this meeting, we'll be sending you a link to this page. So take some time, get familiar with it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Project communications plan will be sent out next week detailing the flow of information. I expect everyone to read through that and know what is expected of you. And we'll be holding weekly meetings so that we can check in, reevaluate calendars, discuss any ideas, issues that may arise, and we'll make sure we get a summary out every week, both on Microsoft Teams and emails, just in case you're unable to make these meetings. All right, I'd like to talk a little bit about our approval process. So here is a brief explanation of the approval process we'll be using. Reporting and logs. Here's a brief explanation of the reporting process and how we are tracking progress of this project. And these are the logs we will be using, and we will be documenting them on the Microsoft Teams site. And here are the people I expect to contribute to these logs. Okay, action items. Ben will be conducting a survey of employee meal preferences so that we can plan our kitchen facilities accordingly. Tony will be coordinating the rental trailer that will be utilized as our temporary break room. Christian is getting bids from several construction companies, and I will be working on developing the team site and conducting an initial risk assessment so that we can start off strong. All right, does anyone have any questions? Thank you for joining us today, and I will see you all next week.